Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time again. I keep coming back and leaving and coming back. I can't tell you if I'll continue to do that again or not, but who cares about that? Let's just focus on now. I wanted to make this video because I just felt like it was important to talk about my personal experience in this. I'm not a doctor, obviously. I don't know things about, I don't know a lot of things. I don't know a lot of official things, but I know about my own personal experience, so I'm gonna share that. And so basically how I eased my body dysmorphia, I kind of don't even like using that official term because I have never been officially diagnosed with body dysmorphia, but from what I can, gather, that's kind of what I went through and what a lot of girls go through, especially in the day and age of social media. It's hard, to love your body these days. So when I was younger, of course it was always about being skinny. You want to be skinny always, even when at a young age. Even in elementary school, we're always trying to be skinny. Girls want to have big boobs. I remember just being in elementary school and like we would pull our shirts back and like see who had bigger boobs, or I would stuff my bra. Even as like a prepubescent kid, like you're already like filled with these ideas of what beauty is and what you should look like. It didn't help that I had a slower metabolism than my siblings, so my parents would feed me smaller portions in comparison to my siblings, and that really took a toll on my self-esteem. Because then you just feel like you're fat. I'm just like, damn, like, why can't I have the extra cookie? Why can't I have the extra thing of food? And they would always tell me, like, don't compare yourself, don't worry about it. But of course, how can you not compare yourself when you're a child? So that was fun, already starting out at a great start, and of course my parents were very loving. They didn't do that out of malice, but as a kid you interpret it however you want to. And then I just remember always being teased about having no boobs, and I remember in 7th grade this girl was like, "Allie's as flat as a wall, ha 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 ha." So I was just, not feeling my best as a kid. When I started to, I guess, develop boobs and these juicy breasts, I was really objectified. I was very objectified as a kid, like a young kid, high school, like 14, 15 years old. And I thought it was powerful to be objectified because I thought it was attractive. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm so sexy, whatever, haha. Made me feel good, or what I thought was good. Let me see. And then in 2013, tits were out of style. They were just not in anymore. No one cares about having big tits anymore. It's all about having a big ass. And I had never paid attention to my ass because I was always just thinking about my skinny stomach or my big tits. And now everyone's like, oh, you look like a pea, like, when you have big tits but no ass and you look like a pea. So I was like, fuck, now I'm back to square one. People like Kim Kardashian are like seen as like the ideal body type, having a big butt. Like, it's all of a sudden, like, if you go back to like cartoons, or not cartoons, if you go back to like shows or you see pictures of celebrities in the early 2000s, like, none of them have a huge fat ass, and it's like they're still seen as sexy. But like I said, but I digress. So now it was about having a big butt, and I fucking hated myself again because I was like, oh shit, I don't have a big butt. And so then, you start hating yourself, you start trying to gain weight to get get a bigger butt, and all the while you're gaining weight, your stomach's getting bigger, and you're like, fuck no, I don't want my stomach to get big, I just want my ass to get big. And it's just, and then all of a sudden it was not just about having a big butt, now it's the whole package. Now it's, you have to have an hourglass figure and a big butt and big juicy tits. Like, it's all of it, and it's exhausting. It's as if women's bodies are you know, fashion trends, like, oh, tits are in, tits are out, butts are in, butts are out, now we have to have a skinny waist. And it got just really tiring keeping up with all of it. And this whole thing makes you like so obsessive and shallow and narcissistic, and you start judging people. You look at people like, ew, her ass is not this, ew, her tits are not that. Oh, but all the while it's all a reflection of how you feel about yourself. So I started to overanalyze my body and feel like I was big boned. I started looking at my shoulders. Oh, they're too wide and too broad. My rib cage is too big. My hips aren't wide enough. And I was feeling just bad. I was like skinny and fat. Like, I was like, oh, my legs are too skinny. I have chicken legs, but I have a big stomach. So I was skinny and fat, and I hated it. It was just, there was like no winning. There's no winning. If you lose all your weight and try to be skinny, then you have no ass or tits. But then if you try to get ass and tits, now you're fat, right? So, you know, you're just going back and forth of those two feelings, and I started working out just religiously. Like, I always joked about how my motivation came from a deep-rooted self-hatred of my body, which was true. I did hate myself for a long time, and it did help me, you know, get into shape and be motivated and just be disciplined in that manner. But in my mind, I was still, you know, not ideal. I was still looking at myself and nitpicking every single thing I hated. Even though I had made so much progress, I still couldn't see a good thing about myself. So I was desperate. At this point, I was desperate. I was desperate to find some relief from this constant judgment of myself. So I sought out to look for beauty in people that are unconventionally beautiful. I remember in high school, I was really into Ellie Goulding, because she had a different body than most celebrities. Like, if you look at Ellie Goulding, she has like this really, not masculine, but she has a very strong body, and I liked it. I was like, she's beautiful. I became obsessed with her. I was like, she's amazing, she's beautiful, she's perfect, because I was trying to find beauty anywhere I could, because I was so tired of only seeing what's conventionally beauty, or what the media decides is beautiful in this specific time. And I stumbled upon a YouTube channel called Allie Art, and she's a YouTuber that does series on beauty and fashion, and she did a series about the Kibbe body types and the different types that there are, like natural, classic, dramatic, and it just exemplified all these different body types, these celebrities, and how beautiful they were. Like, when I hated my shoulders, she showed like these images of these models that had these broad shoulders, and they were beautiful, you know, and they were what I thought was big boned, and they're not, you know. And it's really important. That's why I think it's really important to have representation of all different types of body types. And I highly, if you are struggling with this, I highly recommend looking at her channel. She really helped me out. It really opened my mind as to what beauty is, and how the media had ruined the perception of all these women and objectified them, and put us on this cycle of, oh, this is beautiful, now it's not beautiful, now this is beautiful, and it's, you know, exhausting. And I was liberated when I saw people that had my body type that I thought were beautiful, like models, and I was thinking like, wow, why was I judging myself so much? Like, I don't know. It's a really nice sense of relief when you're shown all these different people and they're all just, you know, beautiful. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention my fiance. He did help me with my confidence, but make no mistake, having a partner does not cure the body dysmorphia that you might have. I still hated myself even when we were together, and he would always gas me up, and I would be like, no, I'm not, I don't look like this. He would say, oh, you're beautiful, you're perfect, or whatever, and I would be like, no, I'm not, like, my body's this way, it's that way. I would try to show him reasons why my body was bad, when I wasn't appreciating anything about it at all. And I don't care anymore about fitting the what is beautiful in the times, because it's always going to change. You have to know that. Go back to the 90s, go back to like 90s music videos. The girls, they're all just skinny. They don't have big tits and big asses. And then you go into the early 2000s, they're skinny with big tits. And then you go into the 2010s, now they have a big ass. And it's like, it's always going to change. But you have to just learn to love yourself. It's easier. I promise it's easier to learn to love yourself than constantly having to change. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to share today. Hopefully that helps you in whatever personal growth you're going through. Of course, I'm not perfect. I still judge myself and still have moments where I slip up, but I can definitely for certain say that I have improved a lot since going through this personal journey. Anyway, hopefully you guys like that, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!